and for adults and for children. This is, I think, for adults. This is all. It was done with my previous company, where I became the CEO of the year and all that. So we did all this, but unfortunately, some greed and other things came in the picture, and so I am no more with the company, and the company which was making this drug, that has gone into trouble. And so I'm not associated with that company. So now through GDP Ayurvedic University, what I'm doing is I have again gone back to Nigeria, and I have taken another herbal drug which is looking very good for type 2 diabetes. And I have certain data which Nigerians have created. So I'm trying to do the same thing what I did with this sickle cell drug. I'm trying to bring the quality control, standardization, and which the modern or Western scientists and doctors will accept. Okay, so I will create that package and all that. Then I plan to submit it to US FDA and to get FDA, because to get US FDA seal of approval is very, very important, because US FDA is still the highest and the toughest regulatory agency in the world, where once you get US FDA seal of approval, many doors open for you. Otherwise, you bring something from Nigeria and other countries, it doesn't have that credibility. So it is very, very important to me. So right now, what I'm doing, and I'm working on this, and also I'm working on bringing malaria drugs. I just came back. I attended this meeting. You see this meeting. I attended this meeting where World Health Organization had arranged this, and this World Health Organization Medicine for Malaria Venture, because this is all these people were there from worldwide, from Europe, China, Japan, and South America, Nigerians, other Africans. So I'm also here. So I attended that. So my goal is again to bring a herbal medicine so that it will be useful. It will be as good as or better than the pharmaceutical drug.
This picture was taken in Nigeria here?
No, it is taken in Mumbai. This conference was in India, Mumbai. This was in September end. So this is the most recent conference held in Mumbai, India.
So all the people here are basically interested in this drug. They're interested in the maintenance of sickle cell.
This is all for malaria. Because this group is WHO and Gates Foundation. They are trying to help and to eradicate malaria, to work on malaria. So this conference was on malaria. I went there, but what I'm saying is I'm trying to bring again traditional herbal medicine for treating malaria, because malaria is getting resistant to the existing drugs. See, the other thing good about this, the synergistic effect of these herbal medicine is much better. Because if you combination therapy, even now people are using these different cocktail pharmaceutical kind of things. So we were talking about Taxol. Taxol, when you use Taxol, it is toxic. And so in order to subside the toxic effects, you have to give some other medication. Whereas nature is so well balanced. So if you fractionate it, then it creates some toxicity. But if you use as it is, the synergistic effect reduces the toxicity or no toxicity at all.
Because it's nature.
It is
your body defense it's something that's not, how can you say it? It's, keep thinking of the word I want. it's alien to your body, most of these medicines. That's why they tell you get all these side effects on a 15,000 different things.
Sure.
Where you're saying natural medicines,
You don't have the
body-
side effects.
Your body
okay.
accepts it
Sure.
because it's natural. It's like drinking this coffee or a tea.
Sure. Wow.
So, but when you take a pharmaceutical, it's man-made, and it's your body's rejecting a lot of stuff.
So
internally.
one thing make you have this and have that and whatever you're
And
gonna.
I've been with Dr. Pandey 2 years, and what I've learned at these kinds of meetings over the last 2 years is the body rejects most of these items because of our chemistry.
Sure,
They
sure.
make it one-fits-all attitude.
Sure.
If they did adjustments, as he's saying, and maybe less of those other byproducts, if they could adjust it to each person's body.
Okay, because it's
But
from the same and basic environment as
Well,
human.
like I said, you're being black and I'm white, but being tall and short,
Yeah.
all these things I'm assuming have body changes in it.
Sure.
You know, and what I give you sure as may not work with
Sure.
me. And it may give it a different reaction, or it may even cure me, but it's not curing you.
Exactly.
But I think what I hear with Dr. Pandey and the other herbalists that I've been around with him is that most times, if there is a side effect, it's very limited.
Okay.
And maybe most times it's even positive.
Wow.
As with his diabetes, if it comes to pass and he gets it made, the only side effect that he's talked about, it acts like Viagra.
Sure.
So not only do you get cured, you have a great life.
Right. Let me ask you this for the last 8 minutes, and we're going to talk about type 2 diabetes. You said that you're going to work, that you have something that you're working on.
Yes.
Okay. And can you share that with the?
Well, we have, some, again, it comes from the village folks.
Okay.
And some preliminary work is done in Nigeria, and some clinical work is also done. But it is not up to the standard which FDA would accept or the Western people will accept. So because of my experience here in this Western world, I know what is needed. So my goal is to create that herb, because farmers will have to grow it. So it will give the job, you see. So, and the erratic harvesting will stop.
Okay.
Okay. The benefit also, you see, economic benefit. Okay. Then once we create it, we will do quality control, standardization. We'll set the process, and we'll make it in the commercial scale, which will follow what you were talking earlier about. Each rules and regulation will make standard operating procedures.
Okay.
We'll put all those things together. So we are bringing the modern science into the old herbal things and all that. And then when it goes to FDA or these people, and we will submit all those papers, then we want to make clinical protocols as per US FDA requirements. We'll do clinical trials here in USA, Nigeria and India. And that way we can build the credibility of the Nigerian scientists, Nigerian institutions, because that's what is very, very important.
The credibility.
To build the credibility.
Yes.
Otherwise, you are just worrying about yourself, and
Sure.
it doesn't help the bigger picture.
Sure.
So that's what I'm trying to do. And I'm also looking for young people who are dedicated, who are interested, because who are not only interested just in making money, but who are interested in learning. And so with the...
But Doc, all right, who would fund their journey? How would they, in other words, if they're interested and they really want to study this here, how would they get funding? Someone would have to pay for it.
So we are writing some grant proposals to National Institutes of Health. We are also contacting certain funding agencies. We are contacting even Gates Foundation, and there is so much of money with WHO, the African Development Program, and other things. So we are knocking everybody's door. And as Peter says, since GDP Ayurvedic University is a 501c3 tax exempt organization, he says we are looking into, even if everybody, some people donated $10, so drop by drop you can fill the bucket.
Sure.
So like that, We are contacting various organizations like NAACP, AARP, and other groups where it could be beneficial for them also as we go forward.
So we were thinking like the March of Dimes started because it
Sure,
made
sure.
10 cents.
Right.
So he explained to the NAACP, since he's working on 2 African diseases but coming from African countries, if they started a foundation for sick diabetes and all the money is donated to the NAACP, and when they create all the money, they give one big check to Dr. Pandey for the research.
Okay.
That way here it's protected that he's not squandering the money.
Sure.
But more important, then Oprah and Bill Gates would see something, a big check going, and maybe they would double the money.
Sure.
And then he'd get all the press he needs.
Sure.
And then he'd get people coming out of the woodwork to be the helpers that he needs also.
Doctor, in the last 4 minutes of this interview, how do your social circle, how is your social circle with other doctors, with other Western physicians and things? What do they think of Dr. Pandey?
You know, this is very interesting you are asking this. I've been kicked out of doctors' offices.
Sure.
I've been humiliated.
Sure.
I will never forget in my life. I was in New York, here 8-10 doctors are sitting. I said, you know, I have a drug for sickle cell. And they said, get out, we don't have time to waste. And as I was just leaving, I called my office, I said, Linda, I'm coming back and these guys are not interested in. And she tells me, I have a good news for you. I said, what's the good news? She says, we have a letter from FDA. That letter was the orphan drug designation for this sickle cell drug. I said, can you fax it? And I went back into their office with the fax. You should have seen their faces. I will never forget in my life. So I've been humiliated. I have been made worse than dirt. But I've been on the pedestal also. So these things, they don't bother me now because I've been kicked around and all that. I've seen good, bad, and worse.
Sure.
So I know, I take it.
Sure.
I know my goal and I keep moving as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
But this is true what I'm telling you.
Yes.
It's unfortunate, but...
It's unfortunate because I know, like, when you have a vision and God uses us in different ways, and you have that vision and others, man, it's very hard to break that chain.
You're right. You're right.
It's very hard because people do not want to, people often ask me to join the church and different reverends and things, and I say, Reverend, I love you, but if I could deal directly with you, I would be all right, but I got to come through your generals. And coming through your generals with the ideas that I have to help the world, they ain't going to see fit. So, you understand me? Yeah. So I'll continue being your ally, but I'm not going to join in with you because I love you, doctor, or I love you, Reverend, head bishop, but it's your generals I got to come through. And I learned that right there. When you have a vision, a lot of times, you're like Lindbergh crossing the Atlantic all by yourself.
Yes. Every step I'm taking, I have hurdles. Yes. And I have to cross. And so it is not easy.